And no one, I mean no one, is paying to see Angel Reese attempt to play basketball. Hell, not even Mama Reese is paying to watch this live.
All right, listen up. The WNBA season is feeling less like a straightforward basketball league and more like a full-blown sports soap opera. And the latest episode just dropped with a comment from someone high up in the Indiana Fever organization that has the entire WNBA world buzzing. We're talking about Fever president Kelly Krauskopf, a major figure in the team's front office, and she just said something about Caitlin Clark's injury that has people wondering exactly what's going on behind the scenes. It wasn't just a simple update, it reportedly felt like she dropped a bold statement, maybe spilled some tea, or just let something important slip out that wasn't meant to be highlighted. And her reaction has everyone talking and adding a whole new layer of drama to this already intense season. You definitely need to hear what she said and why it's causing such a stir. You're watching WNBA Scoop, and we're diving into Kelly Krauskopf's shocking reaction to Caitlin Clark's injury and what it might reveal about the chaos and pressure hitting the Fever and the league right now.
You can't tell me that the Caitlin Clark effect isn't real. You knew when news broke yesterday that Caitlin Clark was going to be out for a few weeks, that ticket prices were going to go down, but I never expected them to go down 71% for the rivalry game.
The comment reportedly came from Fever president Kelly Krauskopf, a name known in the WNBA world, and it happened when she was talking about Caitlin Clark's injury and how it affects the team. She was reportedly giving an update, like team presidents do, about the situation. Reports say she mentioned that the team is down in numbers, meaning they don't have enough healthy players right now because of injuries, and that they are looking at adding another player to the team to fill in for someone who is hurt. She said they are trying to get players healthy and get their full team together again, calling it an adjustment because games are still happening.
Indiana Fever ticket prices to games over the next 2 weeks have dropped 42% since Caitlin Clark's injury announcement, an average ticket price of $137 all the way down to $80. People are selling their tickets, definitely can't get face value, so what do? They just continue to lower and lower and lower and lower.
But then, reportedly, she said something that caught people's attention and felt like it might have been a bit more revealing than a normal injury update. She was talking about the team needing to add a player, and reports say it felt like she let the cat out of the bag about how this is impacting things beyond just needing bodies on the court. People are interpreting her comments as showing how much the team is struggling right now because of injuries, particularly Caitlin Clark's. This wasn't just a simple update. It reportedly felt like she dropped a bold statement, perhaps showing the pressure the team is under or revealing how unexpected this injury situation is.
Sky relocated the game to the United Center, the home of the Chicago Bulls and the largest arena in the NBA, expecting a marquee matchup between Clark and Sky forward Angel Reese. Now here's where it gets sweet, all right? It gets real interesting right here. However, uncertainty looms as ticket prices for the game have plummeted dramatically following Clark's injury announcement. Oh my goodness. Since it became likely she will miss the June 7th game, ticket prices have dropped a staggering 71%. Oh my goodness. Following from an entry price of $86 to just $25 according to Tick.
So, what exactly is the situation with Caitlin Clark's injury that is causing all this talk and pressure on the team president? Reports say that Caitlin Clark has a left quad strain, which happened recently in a game. She's now reportedly out for at least 2 weeks, according to the team. This means she's missing several games during this time. What makes this particularly impactful, beyond just a star player being hurt, is that some of the games coming up were already moved to bigger arenas specifically because of Caitlin Clark's huge popularity and the number of fans who buy tickets to see her play. For example, a game against the Washington Mystics was reportedly moved to a bigger arena in Baltimore, and a game against the Chicago Sky was reportedly moved to the United Center, which is the largest arena in the NBA and holds many more people than the Sky's usual building.
I told you earlier, these WNBA franchises that moved games like the Chicago Sky to the United Arena, you're screwed. You're done. You're cooked. Nobody is going to show up to this thing. Chicago Sky can't sell out their own 9,000-something seat arena like it is. They couldn't when they were kind of decent. They're a dumpster fire now. And now that Caitlin Clark is injured, the ticket prices for the Fever and Sky game just plummeted to Hades.
The reason these games were moved was simple: the Caitlin Clark effect. People want to see her play, and they buy tickets in huge numbers, filling up arenas. The WNBA was reportedly betting big on her popularity to sell tickets and bring attention to the league this season. But now that she's injured and not playing in these games that were moved to bigger arenas just for her, it's creating a strange situation. People who bought tickets specifically to see her might be disappointed. The question is, will the teams or the league give any money back or make up for the fact that she's not playing in these games? One article reportedly mentioned that it's unclear if teams will give any compensation to fans who bought tickets expecting to see her. This adds a layer of financial drama to the injury, beyond just the impact on the team's play.
We know that wherever she goes, she's selling out arenas. The ticket prices skyrocket. Like, even trying to get tickets to Carver Hawkeye Arena when they played the Brazilian national team at her old school was just insane prices. If she's going on the road, wherever she's going, ticket sales jumped by 140%. Average is $312.
People are also looking at the bigger picture of officiating and the league itself when they talk about Clark's injury. Some people feel that the way the WNBA games have been called, especially regarding the physical play against Caitlin Clark, has been unfair and inconsistent. They feel the refs have allowed other players to play too physically against her without calling fouls. Some people are even saying that this tough, uncalled physical play might have contributed to her getting injured. While the team hasn't directly said her injury was caused by a specific foul, the ongoing debate about physicality and officiating adds to the frustration and concern when she does get hurt.
The WNBA will be reliant on their other stars to maintain the interest of the mainstream. With Angel Reese being the only player with mainstream name recognition, most of the pressure, it is going to be on her to perform. And we have plenty of evidence that proves Angel Reese is not qualified to.
People are also talking about the person in charge of the WNBA, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, and her way of handling things. Some people feel like she has a strange way of running the league and dealing with issues. They compare her to someone like Simon Cowell from America's Got Talent, but instead of judging singers, she seems to be deciding what kind of rough play is okay in basketball. People are saying that Engelbert might see aggressive hitting near the basket as good hustle instead of calling fouls. They joke that Caitlin Clark could get hit by a steamroller on the court, and the commissioner would just say it was robust defense, meaning strong play instead of a foul. People feel that her way of managing calls and talking about the game makes fans question if she's serious about fairness or if she's just trying to make the game look exciting in a way that's not fair to the players.
Caitlin Clark could be projected to be $1 billion revenue maker for the WNBA this year. Now, obviously, the WNBA won't see that money, won't see most of that money, and it's not just in the WNBA, but it's all of her sponsorships, it's all of her appearances, it's all that stuff. But according to the projections, we're looking at $875 million could easily eclipse $1 billion on her economic impact. Caitlin Clark entering the league last year was responsible for 26.5% of all of their economic activity. So revenue from merchandise, which again, with the CBA as it is currently, she doesn't see a dime of any of that. TV, and then ticket sales, obviously, which again, they don't get anything.
Kelly Krauskopf reportedly talking about the team being down in numbers and needing to add a player because of injuries, especially Clark's, highlights the pressure on the front office. People are wondering if Krauskopf has addressed the big problems with the refs and the way the game is being called, because it feels like the team office isn't communicating much about these controversial topics. People are saying it feels like the Fever front office is running some kind of secret operation, like a hidden escape room where nobody knows what's going on. People feel there's not enough clear talk from the team, and it leaves fans and players wondering what the plan is and why the refs are calling the games the way they are.
People might be saying, oh, well, the teams aren't really going to suffer. They already sold the tickets. No. You don't understand. If the Chicago Sky moved into the United Center, and let's say resale-wise, they sold all 19,000, well, when only 9,000 to 10,000 show up, they're losing merchandise sales, they're losing food sales, they're losing beverage sales. They're losing big. They took a big gamble to get into that arena, and they're losing big because it's not going to be full, and those people aren't going to be buying things.
People feel that the lack of clear communication about the officiating problems and the injuries is making things worse. They're saying the team feels trapped in a confusing situation that they can't get out of. People are comparing it to how good the team could be with players like Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and other talented players. They're saying Clark is like a famous point guard from the NBA, Tyrese Halliburton, because she can make amazing passes and control the game's speed. People see a lot of similarities in how they play and make their teams dangerous. Krauskopf also reportedly said that finding the right players to play with a point guard like Clark will make the team awfully dangerous, meaning very good and hard to beat. She said she's looking forward to that challenge of finding those players.
The ticket prices. This does not shock me at all. What did I say earlier? The WNBA was about to F around and find out, and these rival teams were going to be in a lot of trouble. Well, they're finding out. Kathy Engelbert, WNBA, you better start putting some respect on Fever fans' names, Caitlin Clark's name. Otherwise, this league, we got to remember, they lost $40 million still last year. All right? They're getting a new media rights deal. That thing won't be worth shit if Caitlin Clark was to either get really injured and couldn't play, or decided to just say, I'm not going to play here anymore, I'm going overseas.
People are looking at the team now, especially with Clark's injury, and thinking about how good they could be if everyone was healthy and playing well together. They imagine a dream team where Clark and other players are healthy and ready. But then they see the strange way the refs call the game, like calling a foul on Clark for just showing confidence near another player at the start of a game. People feel this is a confusing way to start a game, and that it shows the refs are more focused on strange things than on calling fair fouls. This makes people watching wonder if the games are fair, or if the refs are doing things on purpose.
The jerseys, the number 22, the various styles, whether it's a t-shirt with 22, whether it's an Iowa jersey, whether it's a Fever jersey, a throwback, whatever. The amount of people in yellow 22 apparel is stunning. It is more than Peyton Manning ever had, leading the Colts to a Super Bowl. It's more than Reggie, more than anybody I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it. Now she's not going to play, so I'm curious, are we going to have sellout crowds? Are the Pacers going to draw the attention nationally when they play the Sky or the Liberty or the Sun or whoever?
People are saying that the team's plan to play well and win is being hurt by these strange calls, and it makes fans and players wonder if the games are fair. They feel like fairness is being forgotten for some kind of show or plan by the refs. People are talking about how the team is dealing with injuries and needing to bring in new players quickly to fill in. They think the coach is trying to make the game plan simpler so the players can focus on just a few things and play without thinking too much. They're saying that even though some players might have to play in spots they're not used to, the coach is trying to help them play well and still play aggressively.
Reese and the WNBA have been using race to bring awareness to an incredibly bad product. Once you remove Caitlin Clark from the equation, there's no reason for people to watch this league, which is why people haven't been watching Angel Reese throughout her career.
People are saying that even though the New York Liberty are a very good team, maybe even unfairly good, they also seem to get calls from the refs that no other team gets. People are saying it looks like the Liberty have a special kind of protection from the refs. They joke that a player on the Liberty could do something rough, like punch someone or take their pads, and the refs would still give her a point because she was creative. Meanwhile, they say, if Clark just stands there, the refs call a foul on her. People watching are starting to see a pattern and think that the refs aren't being fair to all the teams and players. They're realizing that the way the WNBA games are called might be by refs who are confused or who are favoring some teams.
Without the NBA giving their yearly donation, this league would have 40 years ago. And that's the part that bothers me about the organization, the owners, the players. This inflated ego, thinking, oh, we built this. You didn't build nothing. You're just getting by the NBA charity check. And with this mentality, they have these inflated egos and they're stuck in their ways. They think their way is the right way. This is going to be successful and failed for decades. Finally, a player that's worth paying the money for. Caitlin Clark comes along. What do, WNBA? You beat her up. You treat her like crap. You treat her like she's dog.
People are making videos and posts online showing how the refs miss fouls when the other team fouls Clark, using slow motion and music to show how clear the fouls are. They're joking about the excuses people make for why the Fever aren't playing well, like saying it's because they don't play defense. People feel this is like seeing someone who got hurt and blaming them for not getting out of the way. People think the way the league and some people talk about Clark and the fouls is like making fun of the situation and not taking it seriously. People feel that the way the refs are calling games is not fair and is causing problems for the team and for Clark, like making it harder for her to play well and maybe even causing injuries. People are saying that injuries are a part of sports and they understand that, but they're also saying that the way the league is handling things is making it look like they don't care about the players. They say if a big player like LeBron James or Steph Curry in the NBA was hurt, nobody would ask if fans should get their money back for tickets. People feel that talking about giving money back for Clark's injury is like saying the WNBA isn't a real business. People feel that the New York Liberty team is very good, but it's hard to take the game seriously when it looks like the refs are helping one side. They say it's like the league is taking home court advantage for the Liberty and making it a rule that the refs have to favor them. People say it's tiring to watch games where the rules don't seem to be the same for everyone. People who are fans of the Fever just want to see their team play well and win, especially now that they have exciting players like Caitlin Clark. They're happy to see more people watching and buying tickets, but then they see the problems with the refs, and it makes them mad. People feel that Commissioner Kathy Engelbert isn't seeing or isn't doing enough about the problems with the refs. They think Kelly Kroskoff, the team president, needs to do more too, maybe act more strongly and call out the league for the way the games are being called. People feel that if the team and the league don't deal with the problems with the refs and make the games fair, the drama and the unfairness will just keep happening. People are saying that the Fever team without Caitlin Clark is like a pizza without cheese. It's still technically pizza, but it's not as good and it's missing something important. Watching the team try to play offense without her is like watching a car crash happening slowly, with players missing easy shots and the game moving slowly. People feel that Clark makes the team play faster and better, and without her, it's hard to watch. People are saying that Clark makes the team much better, and without her, the team looks lost. People feel that the problem isn't always that the coach is making bad plans. Sometimes it's that the plans are too hard, like trying to build something complicated without instructions. People feel that Clark is good at making complicated plans work, but maybe the team needs simpler plans when she's not there, or when they're dealing with other problems. People feel that Clark's presence on the court is important because she makes the game simpler and helps the team play better together. People who are fans are upset because they came to watch exciting basketball, but sometimes they see things that make them question if the games are fair. They feel that the refs are missing calls and that some players are playing too roughly without getting penalized. People are saying that the league needs to protect its players and make the games fair so that fans keep watching. They think if the league doesn't fix these problems, people will stop watching and the league will lose the popularity that Clark has brought. People are saying that the problems with the refs are not just mistakes, they're like the refs are making choices that hurt the game and make it look bad. They think the league needs to make sure the refs are fair to everyone. People are saying that Caitlin Clark is a hero to many young girls because she works hard and doesn't give up even when things are tough. They think she shows that you can be a good player even if people try to push you down. People are saying that Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky are winning games and looking confident, even though the Fever are expected to be better and are struggling right now. People are saying that the Sky are doing better than people thought, and the Fever are not doing as well as people thought. People think that maybe the league needs to let the good players just play and not make things too complicated. They think that if the coach makes the game plan too hard, it makes it harder for the team to play well. People are saying that if the team keeps making things too hard, they might keep losing games and fall behind teams like the Sky. People feel that the lesson is to keep the game plan simple and let the best players make plays. People think that if the Fever team makes the game plan easier, they will be able to play better and win more games, even without Caitlin Clark or when she comes back. people feel that this season is showing that sometimes having simple plans and letting the talented players play is better than making things too complicated. What do you think about Kelly Krauskopf's comments and the situation with the Fever? Is the league handling things well? Drop your opinion in the comments below.